Hey, I'm Gina Hull. How you doing today?
Good, I'm Joan.
Good, Joan. Nice to meet you. So we're going to do a little lesson today.
Yeah,
And what are we going to work on?
I'd like to work on short game,
Okay.
making that approach shot so that, at least a bogey, best case scenario, a par.
Okay.
So,
Good. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Have you, how long you lived in the area?
about 4.5 years.
Perfect. And so where did you move from?
Michigan.
Michigan. So you're enjoying the Florida weather?
I love it.
Very good. And did you move down here to be with family or did you
Yes.
just play golf?
No, family and golf.
And golf. So you had some family that already lived here?
Yes.
And have they been members of the club for a while?
Oh, yeah, like 20 years.
Oh wow! I don't think I had a chance to meet them yet.
No.
I know your mom. Is it your mom?
Yes.
Your mom lives here and is a member here for 20 years.
Yeah.
And was she a golfer?
No, but my dad was.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, and
Very
he
good.
started a lot of the little golf groups with the
Oh, yeah.
guys.
Neat.
Yeah.
So since they played golf, did they introduce you to the golf game?
No.
No. So how'd you
No.
get involved?
Well, I just really picked it up 2.5 years ago
Okay.
when I moved here, because that's what, the whole social thing, and I wanted to take it up. So,
Well, very good. Well, good. So, what is you started out as a very true beginner,
right,
right?
right.
What other sports did you do growing up as a kid?
Okay, so really nothing with a stick and a ball.
Okay, all right. That's
So-
all right.
So swimming, skiing, track,
Okay.
and played a little tennis, but yeah,
Okay.
so this is different.
Well, what I always say about skiing, I really like to give people that have been play golf that have been skiers because it is a lot about the balance on the skis. Talking about just our posture, is feeling that downward motion in a ski kind of feels like the posture in a golf swing. So that is a good thing to be involved in skiing, that I think, feeling that type of relation. So no ball, hand-eye coordination. You're all right though, because you play tennis.
Oh yeah, a little
Okay.
bit. I think so. Yeah,
Okay. Very
yeah.
good. So you've been enjoying the golf?
I really like it.
Well,
So
very good.
that's why I'm here. I want to get better.
Okay. So you've gone from a beginner golfer, and now what is your handicap now?
Actually, it's like last I looked 20.8.
20.8. So your
Yeah.
index 20.8. So you're roughly about a 29 handicap.
Yeah.
Good. Very good. And with that in mind, so that's taken you 2 years to get from say a 40. Did you ever really shoot like 120?
No.
Okay. So you've broken 100,
Right.
and have you broken 90 yet?
Yes.
Oh, you have.
89.
Perfect. Awesome.
I
Very
know.
good. So a little thing that you might want to have in your background is, all those different tiers where you can break 90, you can break 80, you can break 70 maybe one day.
Oh my gosh.
But setting those little goals is a good thing to kind of achieve. And I always say that short game is the best place to kind of lower your score fast, because from 100 yards in or 80 yards in, you can save a lot of strokes just being a lot more dedicated practice onto the short game area. You can really knock down a lot of strokes real fast, because say you're 40 yards away, if you're not getting on the green,
Yeah.
then we're not able to get up and down and save that bogey, like
Right.
you said, or save save a par.
Exactly.
Or if you're in real bad trouble, having to save for a double bogey. So the more that we get onto the green and having better chances to have that one putt or two putts to save those strokes. So short game is awesome. It's a fun thing to practice. It's a very easy thing to practice because it doesn't dedicate a lot of time. You can come out in a half-hour time and get a lot of practice in with our short game.
Okay.
So
great.
do you live near the condos over at the other golf course at the links?
Yes, I do. Actually, I live on the 14th hole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you got access over there where you can go over to the driving range real
Yeah.
quick and practice.
Yeah.
And over here at the creek is awesome
I
practice.
know. I love their short game facility here.
So before we get started, any injuries or anything I need to be aware of? Shoulders, knees, back?
No, all
Okay.
good.
You're a healthy girl.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's always a good thing. So no bad backs, no shoulders, no nothing like that.
No.
Well, we got to do some stretches. Even
Okay.
though we're only doing a little short game, we got to actually do some stretches. So a couple of stretches I like to really kind of do is limber up the back.
Okay.
So put your shoulders over your club over your back like this, and we're just going to kind of limber up and kind of just do a little pull stretch. Here we go. And turn the other side and do another pull stretch there. So we're really limbering up the torso area and the back muscles of the legs, and a stretch above your head. Reach for the sky. Beautiful blue sky today.
I know, gorgeous day.
And I like to pull down, so we're working on a little bit of that shoulder muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Even grab it behind your back and give it a good pull over the shoulder.
Okay. That feels good.
Switch your arms there. So what other things do you do now since you've moved here permanently?
Let's see. Well, I tried pickleball. I like
Okay.
that. And let's see, artwork.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we got quite a few artists in our
I know,
neck
good
of the woods
artists.
over here, don't we?
Yep.
All right, and then one thing I'd like to do here is a stretch with the legs and really kind of stretch out. I'm a horrible stretcher here because my legs just don't want to bend. Stretches out the good back of the back legs. Cross back over. What type of artwork do you do?
Pastels, mostly portraits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love doing portraits, and
You got a lot of your own painting work in your house?
yeah, I do.
Awesome.
Mostly family.
Oh, that's good. That's a good thing. And then since we are working a little bit with the hands, I like to work a little bit out with hands, so a little bit like this, and pulling back your arms,
Okay.
stretching so you'll feel it back in the back of your hand and also into your forearm.
All right.
The older I get, the tighter my hands get. Do it under where you can pull it the opposite way there.
Okay, like
There you
this
go,
then,
yeah.
right?
And then our other one.
I'll do that up.
Okay,
I'll do the
that's all
down.
right. There you go.
Okay.
Anything that you can do to keep yourself straightened out and stretched out. I like to see some big circles. Feels good in the shoulders.
Yeah, it does.
Did you get a chance to exercise this morning already?
Yeah, I did. I swam in our pool.
Oh,
I know.
awesome.
I know.
So you have a pool in your backyard?
Yeah, it's so nice.
Is it a lap pool or is it
It's
just...
a lap pool.
Oh.
It's meant to swim. It's
Yeah.
not like, yeah. So
I'd love one of those.
best exercise, really.
A friend of mine has a lap pool that has the waves that causes the motion that you have to swim against the current.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so we got warmed up. You got a little bug on you there. Dragonfly. There you go. So, okay, so we want to lower our score by practicing our short game, right?
Right.
Long-term goals, what would they be? They would be something like improving your score to drop into setting your own personal goals, maybe?
Yeah. Like right now, my goal is 90 to 95.
Okay.
And work on that. Then, like you said, increments. Then 85 to 90.
Right.
So that's what's so important about this, because for me, it's that approach shot.
It's approach shots.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it is the easiest way to drop your scores down
Mhm.
fast.
Yeah.
Instead of everybody wants to go to the driving range and practice their driver because they want to hit it far, and it's not necessarily the main goal. I've played a lot of golf during my career. There's a lot of times where I've played with some gals that hit it 15, 20 yards shorter than me, but let me tell you, their short game is phenomenal, and sometimes that is a big key. Kind of
Yeah.
helps you.
Yeah.
So when you get in trouble, you know you can depend on your short game. So that's why it's really good to practice.
Okay. Good.
So, what have you done in the past with your practice of your short game? Do you utilize different clubs in your bag, or do you stick to one club?
No, I use the sandwich, then
Okay.
the wedge,
Good.
and then for the bump and run, I've been using an 8-iron.
Okay.
So hopefully those are
Okay, that's good.
a good
So,
choice.
how do you decide which club to use when you're into an area like this right here in front of us?
Okay, so I would probably use either my sandwich or my wedge.
Okay, to that first pin right there.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So if you were going to that back pin, do you do the same club or do you use something different?
I'd probably definitely use the wedge, or Yeah, still the wedge, maybe not the 8-iron. So
Okay.
I don't know if that's correct.
And is that because you got a little bit more to carry right here?
Yes.
Okay, that's good goals. And that's what I always kind of like to tell people is, depending on how much green you got to work with, should determine what type of club you're going to use. Because if you got a sand wedge, you got more loft, right?
Right.
Pitching wedge, you got a little bit less loft, and then our 8-iron gets a little less, right?
Right.
So then you're not going to pop the ball up as much, right?
Right.
So then if we don't have to carry this distance, if you're all the way back there and you're having to carry over something, then that's when you would take something with a little bit more loft
Okay.
to get it onto the green to let it roll out. So a typical bunt and run shot, I always like to go back to bowling as a kid. Did you go bowling as a kid?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you were bowling as a kid, we always kind of chunked them down to the alley and let them bounce a couple times and boo 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 boo, it would bounce down, right?
Yeah.
So when we became a little better bowlers, we would roll it at the little arrows, the red arrows on the alley, and then it rolled. So you're only throwing it out about a 1/3 of the way, and it's rolling 2/3 of the way. So if you can think about that in the chip shots, is
Okay.
we're picking out a target
Right.
where we want to land the ball,
Yeah.
and then it releases. So
Okay.
1/3, 2/3 is a good rule.
1/3, 2/3.
So 1/3 the throw, 2/3 the roll.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, that's good. So
And,
I was
you know,
thinking.
Then if you're up over something where you're having to throw it more up and you're having to get up and over something, then it's almost like you're almost throwing the ball all the way there because it's elevated and needing more arc.
Okay.
So 1/3, 2/3 is a good chip and run rule.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
So if we were going to that pin right there,
Right.
I want you to show me a little bit of your technique.
Okay.
And that club is your pitching wedge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that correct? Do you
That is
think?
probably pretty good for there. It depends on how fast that green is, and we've been getting a little quicker around here lately. So I'm
Okay.
just going to watch your technique. Okay.
Too hard.
Okay.
So that tells me maybe two wrong clubs, or just
I'm
hit
not
it too
quite
hard.
sure yet. I'm watching your technique. Okay, that's a little better one there.
Yeah.
So, okay, so one good thing that I really kind of see is you already understand that you're de-lofting the club a little bit by putting it back in your stance and pressing your body forward. One thing I would say is go ahead and set up to it. I
Okay.
like your grip. Your grip looks nice.
Okay.
Somebody's been working with you about getting that
Yeah.
grip straight.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. So you're open to the target, which we can maybe not go that open. So just
So
there.
this-
There you go.
Okay.
Let's get this foot out of the way a little bit. So back it up. There you go.
Okay.
Good. So you're feeling good posture. So this is where I would say is when you were skiing, do you feel yourself
Yeah.
skiing down the hill a little
Yeah.
bit?
Right.
So we have good posture up and over the ball. Okay, so we're getting close to it. One thing I saw in your first one is you took it kind of far up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so it's far up and decelerate instead of take it a little shorter back and follow through. So
Okay.
back down to here. There you go. Don't be scared to use the body, okay? So it's creating a Y in our shoulders here. So there's a nice triangle, and so we're going to go back and then follow through with our body, still holding the Y in the angle right there. If we come in here and send that club this way, we're sending that leading edge, and it's going to go screaming over the green, right?
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so there, and I'm going to
Yep.
grab you right here, but just a little bit more bend over the ball right
Okay.
there. Okay, there you go, good.
All right.
Awesome, you almost knocked
Yeah.
that one in. Very good.
Okay.
So you got a good short game already, don't you?
Well, I'm trying. This will make it lots better.
Okay, very good. Joan, I'm going to get you to hit up at that one because I think we're going to have to have our angles a little differently.
All right.
If you don't mind, hit up to that
No.
one right there.
Okay.
Now, would you use the same club or would you go to a different club?
No, I'm going to use this same
Okay,
one.
all right. Just go watch it here.
Okay.
There you go. Good. Good posture, good setup. You're pretty good.
Short.
I tell you, a little short, but not bad.
Okay.
Still would like to see you cut it shorter, meaning in the backswing. So
Not
if you could,
bring it back so
Yeah.
far.
and just feel like that it's going to be going with your muscles of your body and not yanking it back with your hands. So as soon as it goes, I want you to go a little bit more for churn. There, so now you're set.
Yeah.
That angle on the club right there will get the ball up in the air. So now we just almost feel like our hands right here lock that, and we just finish our knees to the target, so we're pushing off with our legs.
Yeah, that feels different.
So a good way to kind of do it is, I call it a flamingo drill.
Okay.
So flamingo drill, I'm going to demonstrate it a little bit, is we're going to take our right foot and we're just going to take it off the ground. So you act like a little flamingo standing there one-footed.
Yeah.
And when we come through, that puts all our weight onto our left side. So when we take it back and we follow through, we're getting over to the left. A lot of time what happens is we fall back on the right and sends the leading edge right into the ball and goes flying. So this helps us keeping the hands and the body motion working with the Y of our shoulders down the line.
So Gina, are you keeping your weight then
On the left.
Oh,
Yep.
you're not really shifting back and
Not really
forth?
shifting
Yeah,
back
I
and forth,
see.
except on my follow through. I just
Good.
like to finish my knees to the target.
Okay.
So feeling like you're controlling it with your core of your body. Choke down a little bit more on that. There you go.
Okay.
Good. So a little flamingo. Put your right toe up. Good. So feel all the weight on the left
Yes.
side there.
Yes.
Okay. So now take it back and go through. Okay. So we got a little bit of a wristy right there. So
yeah.
where that's in that leading edge. You
Oh,
felt the
yeah.
leading edge.
Mhm.
So make sure we don't get wristy with the hands. So feel the lock underneath right here, locking right there.
Okay.
There you go.
That was better.
That's good.
Yeah.
So between a 1 to 10, was that a real good one or kind of in betweener?
Well, I
Even
think
though it ended up good, what did it feel like?
it felt pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I heard a little pop there, so
Is
that's
that
what I would
good?
say is try to feel a little
Okay.
bit more, when you go back, a little bit more hinge in the wrist, just a hair, but feel like it's a triangle here, hinge in the wrist, and you're trying to keep the club low to the ground. There you go, good.
Okay.
Now just rock your body and your core that way. So see how your left
Yeah,
arm is extended up underneath here and the butt of your club is underneath your left?
Yeah.
That's the way you should end up. So we never want to end up with the butt of the club pointing backwards.
Okay.
That's sending leading edge, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
It's all right. Stay still over it.
Okay.
The little thing is your nose is right out in front of us. You keep that nose looking at the ball when you get into there. Back away just a little bit maybe. There you go. Good.
Okay. Oh,
It's all right. We're getting a little anxious.
yeah.
Keep your head down right here and look at the ball.
Yeah. Was that
Don't be
peeking?
so anxious. So
Was that?
did you pick your spot out right out here that you
Yes.
want to aim at? Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
There you go.
That was better.
That was better.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's still going up a little high. You see
Yes.
that just a little bit? So even though it's a pitching wedge, we don't want to fly the ball up real high. We want to hit it a little bit more like the bowling alley and let it release a little bit more. So press your weight onto the left side a little bit more, even though you're doing the flamingo drill.
Okay.
And it's not, we don't have to take the club and scoop under it. We want to keep that handle locked underneath that left arm a little bit for me. That was closer.
Yes.
Even
that
though
was
we hit it a
even-
little thin, that was closer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Did you hear the way
Yeah.
that sounded?
That was nice.
That was very good.
Oh.
So you heard it hit that real crisp sound, and
Yes.
then when it hit the green, you saw it kind of check up and look back at you and spin back and then
Yeah.
release to the hole. So that's the type of shot that you're looking for.
Uh-huh.
That shot can be utilized all the way back to your 40, even your 50 yards out by just taking your feet and not making them so close together. Because what we're doing to get the ball a little shorter is we're putting our feet close together, choking down, right?
Yes.
So the further we go back in distance to get more distance, wide out the feet, don't choke down as far, let the club swing a little further, but you're still doing the same type of concept.
And your weight is still.
A little bit on the left, but think about it. The more I need loft,
Yes.
the less I press forward, okay? So the more I need loft, if you need standard loft, then you're, I'll call it de-lofting the club. So think you can see the loft on that club right
Yes.
there, right? So if we press forward, what do? We de-loft the club.
Yeah.
So if we need loft to get up and over hills or up and over a little ridge, even if we went back here, you still have to go up and over this little ridge right here, right?
Right.
So we need a little bit of loft.
Okay.
So don't press as far forward. Okay?
Yeah.
So I call it centering yourself over your body. So just center yourself over your body
Mm-hmm.
and not pressing so much onto that left side. Because all that does is take the shaft angle and shove it that way. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So if you needed more loft, if you're having to get more elevation onto the green, which we do have that around here. So if you need it, so you can change two things. You can change just the way that your body is leaning into the target, or you can change the loft of the club. So you can take your sand wedge and get more loft.
Right.
Center yourself over your body, and you have the true loft on the club, right?
Right.
Okay. And if I want to even take the sand wedge and knock it down a little bit and keep it a little lower, I can press over to that left side a little bit, and I'm de-lofting the club. Okay.
Okay.
And that could be utilized, you know, when you're around the green and you have to get up and over something. So let's take, if you don't mind, take your sand wedge,
Okay.
and we're going to pretend like we need some loft.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to this same pin, if you don't mind.
Go long.
Pretend like the pin is a little bit more right here, though.
Okay.
Okay, the pin is here.
That's where the pin is.
That's where the pin is. I'm going to actually put the stake right there, okay?
Yes.
So we need to carry over this, right?
Yes.
I want you to land it there a little bit. So land, bump, bump.
Okay.
So you need some loft, so center it in the middle of your stance and not pressing so much forward. Now give me a little bit of knee bend and kind of put this left foot behind the right, so open it up to the target.
Like that.
And even a little bit more, aiming to the left a little bit more.
And to the left.
There you go, good. So we're opening up to the target, so it frees out this left side right here. Okay? Now, pick the spot out you want to land, so just over the fringe. There you go. Okay, not bad.
Didn't quite make it.
So would we end up with the hands like this a little
Yes,
bit, right?
yes.
So let me show you this one little quick drill that helps you do that.
Okay.
I'm going to shove this into the back of your club. I can get it. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so now that that's in your club, and if you can't get it in there, you have these sticks. I think I saw some sticks in your bag already. So you can take it like that and choke down, and we have that stick right there.
Yes.
So this eliminates the club going this way.
All right.
So where is it going to hit? If I take it back and I snap it, it's going to hit your left hip, isn't it?
Yes.
So if we do it correctly,
All right. So it then.
there it is, good. So feel it coming from your core of your body a little bit, back, and drive through. Good.
Like that.
There you go. Do it again and try to bend over and let it hit the ground. There it is. Okay, do it a little bit more with the body back, not so much hands. Triangle here, back, through. There, that was a real good one.
Yeah.
Okay, right there.
Oh.
There, that's all right.
What?
So we're falling back and we're kind of getting back
Yes.
on that back foot. So this is going to be a little tricky one, but I'm going to get you to do it.
Okay.
Flamingo drill
So you want me to get
plus
back to
this.
Ooh.
Okay,
Okay.
there you go. Good.
All right.
Yeah, that's all right. You're trying to help with the hands a little bit.
All right.
So when the club comes back, it's just here, and then all we do is finish our knees to target. Turn your torso there. So where's your
Oh.
weight now? On your
Yes,
left
on
foot,
my
isn't
left,
it? There
yes.
you go. Okay. That one was what do you say that one was? A little choppy?
Yes,
Okay.
a little choppy.
Okay, don't try to help it with the hands. Just let the club come down back on top of the ball. There you go.
Just
Okay.
a little more.
Just a little bit more.
Yes.
And more that you take your body and use your big muscles, that's what will get that driven there.
Okay.
Not by smacking at it harder with the hands. There you go. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Good. So that got the ball up in the air, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. We lost a little bit of balance,
Yeah.
but that's easy to do with that flamingo
Okay.
drill. So you got 2 drills to work on.
The flamingo and the stick.
That's right. So the stick, we don't always have, like I said, is you have a stick, but you can put it like this.
Okay.
Okay. So stick is good to even kind of just practice with the stick there, and we're just kind of feeling the stick out, not letting it hit your left hip. There you go. Turn this way so you can show everybody here. There you go. So
Okay.
lift the butt even this a little bit more. There we go.
Up like that?
Yep. So this is an object is not to let this hit your hip. So
Okay.
the butt of the club swings back and forward. There you go. Good. So you're really feeling
Yeah,
it with the
yeah.
core of your muscles
Yeah.
doing it there. So we don't want it to go here and slap yourself right here, because all you're doing now is seeing the leading edge right into the ball.
And that's using hands then, right?
That's right.
Okay.
So trust it, you know. See what you can do with creating your triangle
Okay.
and driving it with our big muscles.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to work on this for how long?
What? 30 minutes?
Short game? You're going to work on it 30 minutes? And
Minutes?
what are you going to dedicate yourself for the week? A couple times a week?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So that would really help your game later on down the road, to help that really reduce some of those strokes, and practice it all around the green. Give yourself different lies, different clubs, different distances from the green to the flag, and see what clubs are best to use for that certain distance.
Yeah.
Because it's not the same club all the way around. Is, you know, might as well not make it hard on yourself. Pick the right club and practice, and don't stay in the same spot the whole time.
Yeah.
Put a couple balls down and go all around it.
Okay.
Very good. Well, maybe next time I can help you with your full swing, or we can get another checkup with your short game later on.
Yeah, thanks, Gina.
Very
This
good.
was so helpful.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Appreciate
Joan, and
it.
nice meeting you, and we'll see each other later on.
Okay, great.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Gina.
Thank you. Good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.